All right, so still building up on my pinch pot with coils, my Native American pot. I decided with this one to go taller. Remember, yours can be wider. It's completely up to you as long as it goes out somewhere and in somewhere. If it goes in first and then out, that's fine. As you can see with mine, it has gone just in. So I still need to do my out, which I'm going to do that as a flare top at the very top. Okay, I just wanted you to see though, as building and going, a couple things. When you're adding your coils, if they're still pretty soft, you don't need to score and slip between each layer as long as you can still meld. But if it feels like it's kind of getting dry on you, you might want to score and slip and meld it just to make sure it's going to stay together. All right. Every few rows I stop, okay, and I use my rib here to help smooth it out. You can either take soft little chunks of clay or slip if you end up with divots in there. So you would just kind of find a spot, I think I had one here somewhere, that maybe it's coming in a little more. So I'm just going to add a little bit of clay, gently meld it, okay? And then use my rib here to blend it in and smooth it out. So that's how you can cosmetically kind of fix some of it. But you do need to stop and take a good look that you're getting a symmetrical form. Remember, symmetry is that it's the same on both sides. So we want this to look fairly symmetrical, all right? Now, as you can see, if you do a smaller top, it's a little trickier to get inside, but I still support, but this time I would just use a thumb. And so I'm support, and I would just bring my thumb up on the inside and meld so I can get in there, okay? Now maybe you need to use a tool, like the knife to get in there. And that's okay as well. Whatever's gonna just kind of meld it so it's not gonna fall apart on you, all right? So just checking with all that as we go. So I'm going to show you then finishing it up. So I'm gonna do a flare top, which means it's going to go out towards the top. So I'm going to go slightly towards that outer edge that we talked about, and I'm going to start maybe with a couple rows up and see if that's going to have a good look for how I want my project to be finished, okay? So pinch it off, okay? Get that so it's going to be somewhat even, and now same as before, kind of going around, melding it. Now this is the top edge, and you always see the top edge. So you always have to make sure that this is looking smooth, looking even, because it finishes it off, okay? So this can hide a lot of the unevenness that's there. So for sure, you want to make sure that this top looks good, all right? So we can see it's kind of flaring out. Actually, I think I'd probably want that to flare a little more. I'll see if as I work the top edge here, I can maybe push it out slightly. So I'll ease up on my grip here so I can kind of work and push that out a little bit more. So you can kind of see it as it's coming around. Okay, and you're also going to need to check that it's level, all right? So give it a look. Is it how you want it to be? Okay. So you can see it's kind of coming out. I think I would want my flare a little bit more out though. So I am probably going to add one more row to this to really make that flare stick out, okay? So that's what you can do. But just so you can see then too is working and getting that top edge looking as good as the rest of it, okay? So if you have parts that are higher or lower, you can either just kind of cut them down a little bit or take little scrap pieces, make tiny, tiny little coils and fill in those areas. Okay, now as you're building too, if your project's starting to get lopsided, same thing, either trim down the high sides or fill in the low sides to get that to balance out a little better, okay? So smoothing, doing whatever kind of ribbing work you want to do, okay, to make that work, okay? And then we said the last step to this is, I'm squishing it too much, so stop. The last step to this is doing your band of design. And it's similar to what you did on your pinch pot. Find a place you think your design would look good. You know, do you want it up top? Do we want it down there? And it can be either carving into it like you did before, or if you have things that create, you know, interesting different shapes and designs, you can also push and impress a design going around. So anything like that, whatever you like and what you think is going to make it look good is how you want to finish yours off, okay? And then don't forget, take your couple photos, one from a nice side view and one from a little bit more up on top so I can see that top edge, okay? And then answer those questions. All right, so hopefully as I spin this, you can kind of see the simple design. That's right about this level going around. I also decided to give the top edge a little bit of a scallop, okay? So different things you can do. Hopefully you can see that a little better. I'll bring that around a little bit and you can see that top edge kind of as I tilt for it. So deciding again how you want yours to look and how you want to finish yours off.